If you do even one of these things before bed tonight, your heart could be working harder than it should while you sleep. And most women over 60 do at least 3 of them without realizing it. Please stay with me, because what I'm about to share could help protect your heart during the hours when it's most vulnerable. Tonight, I'm going to show you 5 simple bedtime habits that can make a real difference for your heart. These aren't complicated, they don't cost money, and they don't require you to change your entire life. Just small adjustments that help your heart rest properly while you sleep. Let me tell you about my friend Margaret. She's 68, active, takes care of her grandchildren, and thought she was doing everything right. Her blood pressure was a little high, but her doctor said it was manageable. She slept okay, woke up a few times, but she thought, well, that's just what happens at my age. One morning, she woke up feeling unusually tired and short of breath. It scared her enough to call her daughter, who took her to the hospital. The doctors told her that her heart had been under strain during the night, and some simple bedtime habits could have helped prevent it. That conversation changed everything for her. And it's why I want to share these 5 habits with you today. Here's something most people don't realize. Your heart doesn't stop working when you fall asleep. In fact, nighttime can be one of the most stressful times for your heart, especially after 60. Your blood pressure shifts, your breathing changes, and small habits that seem harmless during the day can become problems at night. But here's the good news. You have more control over this than you think. And it starts with understanding what your heart needs while you sleep. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling short of breath or with your heart racing? Or do you wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? Leave a comment below. You're not alone, and your experience might help someone else. Now, let's talk about the first habit. This one is so common that almost everyone does it, and most people think they're doing the right thing. Habit number 1. Stop going to bed thirsty. Sip water earlier. The first habit is this. Stop going to bed completely dehydrated. Now, I know what you're thinking. But if I drink water before bed, I'll be up all night going to the bathroom. I hear you. That's a real concern. But completely avoiding water for hours before bed can actually put your heart at risk. Here's what happens. When you're dehydrated, even just a little bit, your blood becomes thicker. That makes it harder for your heart to pump blood through your body. Your circulation slows down, and during the night, especially in those early morning hours, that's when your heart is most vulnerable. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to pump thick honey through a straw versus water. That's what your heart is dealing with when you're dehydrated. Now, I'm not saying you should drink a big glass of water right before bed. That would keep you up. Instead, try this simple trick. About an hour before you plan to go to sleep, drink a small glass of water. Just half a cup. That gives your body time to absorb it and gives you time to use the bathroom before bed. This small amount of water helps keep your blood flowing smoothly during the night, especially during those vulnerable hours between 2 and 6 in the morning, when most heart problems happen during sleep. My friend Dorothy, who's 72, used to avoid all liquids after dinner. She started sipping just a little water about an hour before bed, and she told me, I actually sleep better now. I don't wake up with that dry, uncomfortable feeling in my throat. It's a small change, but it makes a real difference. Your heart works hard enough. Don't make it work harder by letting yourself get too dry. Next, let's talk about something that has to do with how you position yourself when you sleep. Habit number 2. Sleep with your upper body slightly elevated. The second habit is this. Try sleeping with your upper body slightly elevated instead of completely flat. Now, sleeping flat feels natural. It's what most of us have done our whole lives. But as we get older, lying completely flat can make it harder for our hearts to do their job, especially if you have high blood pressure or any kind of heart issue. Here's why. When you lie flat, fluid in your body shifts toward your chest. That can put extra pressure on your lungs and make your heart work harder to pump blood. For some women, this can make it harder to breathe comfortably during the night. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling like you needed to sit up to catch your breath? That's your heart telling you it needs a little help. The fix is simple. You don't need to sleep sitting straight up. Just a gentle incline can make a big difference. You can do this by adding an extra pillow under your head and shoulders, or you can put a small wedge or folded blanket under your mattress at the head of your bed. Just a few inches of elevation can help your heart and lungs work together more easily while you sleep. I remember a woman named Helen who came to one of my talks. She said she'd been stacking pillows under her head for years without really knowing why. Her body had figured out what it needed before her mind did. When she learned the reason behind it, she made sure to keep that gentle incline, and she noticed she woke up less often and felt more rested. If you've been waking up short of breath or feeling uncomfortable lying flat, this simple change might be exactly what your heart needs. Now, the third habit has to do with something many women take without thinking twice about it. Habit number 3. Be careful with sleep aids and nighttime medications. The third habit is this. Be very careful about what you take to help you sleep. Over-the-counter sleep aids, nighttime pain relievers, even melatonin and herbal supplements can seem harmless. We think, it's just to help me sleep. What's the harm? But some of these can actually interfere with your heart, especially at night. Certain sleep medications can slow down your breathing, lower your oxygen levels, or affect your heart rhythm. And the scary part is, you don't feel it happening. You just drift off to sleep, and your heart has to work harder without you even knowing it. This is especially important if you snore, wake up gasping for air, or if you've been told you stop breathing during sleep. Adding a sleep aid on top of that can make things worse. Now, I'm not saying never take anything. I'm saying be smart about it. Before you take any sleep aid, even an over-the-counter one, ask your doctor this specific question. Is this safe for my heart while I sleep? Not just, is this safe in general? But specifically, is this okay for my heart at night? That's an important distinction. A woman I know, Ruth, used to take a nighttime pain reliever every night because she thought it would help her sleep better. When she talked to her doctor, she learned that it wasn't the best choice for her heart. She switched to something gentler, and she actually started sleeping better and waking up feeling more refreshed. The lesson here is simple. Don't assume something is safe just because you can buy it without a prescription. Your heart deserves better than guesswork. Now, the fourth habit is about paying attention to signals your body might be sending you that you've been ignoring. Habit number 4. Don't ignore nighttime warning signs. The fourth habit is this. Stop dismissing the nighttime symptoms you've gotten used to. We're really good at normalizing things. We tell ourselves, well, I snore a little. Everyone does. Or, I wake up tired, but that's just part of getting older. Or, I wake up with headaches sometimes, but it's probably nothing. But your heart doesn't adapt the way your mind does. It tolerates stress until one day, it can't anymore. Loud snoring, waking up gasping or choking, feeling like your heart is racing in the middle of the night, waking up with headaches, or feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep. These aren't just annoying sleep problems. They're signs that your heart might be struggling while you sleep. One of the most common causes is something called sleep apnea. That's when you stop breathing repeatedly during the night. Your oxygen drops, and your heart has to work much harder to keep you going. Over time, this can seriously damage your heart. And here's the thing. Most people who have sleep apnea don't even know it. Their partner notices the snoring or the pauses in breathing, but the person sleeping has no memory of it. I knew a woman named Barbara whose husband kept telling her she stopped breathing at night. She laughed it off for years. Finally, she got tested, and sure enough, she had sleep apnea. Once she got treatment, her energy came back, her blood pressure improved, and she told me she felt like a completely different person. If your partner has mentioned you're snoring, or if you wake up feeling unrested no matter how long you sleep, please talk to your doctor. Don't brush it off as normal. Your heart is trying to tell you something. And now, we come to the fifth habit. This one is the most overlooked, but in many ways it's the most important. Habit number 5. Go to sleep with a calm heart. The fifth and final habit is this. Go to sleep with a calm, peaceful heart. Most of us think of stress as a daytime problem. Work, family, bills, worries, all the things that keep us busy during the day. But here's what most people don't understand. The way you go into sleep determines how your heart behaves for the next 6 to 8 hours. If you go to bed tense, worried, upset, or mentally wound up, your nervous system doesn't just turn off when you close your eyes. Stress hormones stay elevated. Your heart rate stays higher than it should. Your blood pressure doesn't drop the way it's supposed to at night. And your heart never gets the true rest it needs. I've seen this pattern over and over. Women whose hearts are fine during the day but show dangerous signs at night. And when we look closer, the common thread isn't diet or exercise. It's unresolved stress carried into sleep. One woman told me, "Nighttime is when my mind gets loud." That's exactly when her heart was under the most strain. Your heart is designed to slow down at night. That's when healing happens. That's when your body repairs itself. But it can't do that if your mind is racing, replaying arguments, scrolling through bad news, or lying in bed tense and anxious. Here's the good news. This is one of the easiest habits to fix, and it doesn't require medication or equipment. It just requires a decision. A decision to create a calm space between your day and your sleep. Even 15 or 20 minutes can make a huge difference. No heavy conversations before bed. No news that upsets you. No scrolling through your phone looking at things that make you anxious. Instead, dim the lights. Sit quietly. Take slow, deep breaths. Stretch gently. Pray if that brings you peace. Listen to calming music. Or simply sit in silence and breathe. When your breathing slows down, your heart follows. That's not just a nice idea. That's how your body works. I tell women to imagine they're speaking directly to their heart before bed. Say, "You're safe now. You can rest." It might sound simple, but your nervous system responds to calm signals. A friend of mine, Linda, used to go to bed every night worrying about everything. Her kids, her health, money, the future. She started spending just 10 minutes before bed sitting quietly, breathing slowly, and letting go of the day. She said it changed everything. "I didn't realize how much tension I was carrying into bed with me. Now I actually sleep and I wake up feeling better." Your heart works hard for you all day long. The least you can do is give it permission to rest at night. So let's bring this all together, because none of these habits are dramatic on their own. That's what makes them so important. They don't feel like emergencies. They feel like small choices. But when you do them together, night after night, they protect your heart in ways you can't see but your body will feel. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Just tonight. Start with these 5 simple things. First, sip a small glass of water about an hour before bed. Not enough to keep you up, just enough to keep your blood flowing smoothly. Second, sleep with your upper body slightly elevated. Just a few inches. It helps your heart and lungs work together more easily. Third, take a moment to think about any sleep aid or medication you're using at night. Make sure it's truly safe for your heart. If you're not sure, ask your doctor. Fourth, pay attention to nighttime symptoms you've been brushing off. Snoring, gasping, racing heart, headaches, these matter. Don't ignore them. And fifth, give yourself 15 to 20 minutes of calm before bed. Let go of the day. Breathe slowly. Give your heart permission to rest. These aren't extreme changes, they're gentle adjustments. And they matter because sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is when your heart gets to recover from the day. I want to share one last thought with you. When something goes wrong during sleep, there's no warning. There's no second chance to fix it. That's why prevention matters so much more than reaction. But the opposite is also true. When you support your heart properly at night, everything gets better. Your blood pressure improves, your energy increases, your mood lifts, and your heart becomes stronger day by day. So here's my question for you. Which one of these habits sounds the most familiar? Which one have you been doing without realizing it might affect your heart? Take a moment and be honest with yourself. And if this video made you think differently about how you'll sleep tonight, please share it with someone you care about. A friend, a sister, your spouse. Because the most important heart care doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens quietly at home, in the choices we make before we close our eyes. Your heart has been taking care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of it. Start tonight. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, safe, and strong.